I'm that girl who is helping guide you in a metaphysical perspective through the grand awakening. And this is fantastically fun, fantastically challenging, and every range of emotion and reaction will be experienced along the journey. Strap up, get ready, buckle up, whatever terminology you want to hear from me. I've just said that. And welcome to the full reason why we're here on this planet at this time, to be of service. And what do we know about how to be of service? Love is always the key. And while we are trying to figure out what we're supposed to do to help awaken humanity, coming from a true place of love will always win. It will win an argument. It will win a debate. It will win confusion. It will win over confusion. This is confusion. This is love. Love. Whatever we need to be able to imagine and be able to empower ourselves through our daily challenges and opportunities to expand and grow. Remembering each day we're given a lesson and an experience to overcome. Are we learning, or are we helping someone be able to learn something from us? And it's probably everything. It's all of the above. We're constantly learning, we're constantly providing, and we're constantly experiencing. And so when we get stuck with a situation or a really challenging problem, we overreact, we overthink, we overfeel, and that's completely fine. We cannot judge ourselves for doing something that's natural. And then because we are mature with our spirituality and we understand metaphysics, we can then sort of step back with the emotions. Okay, we're going to put you here. And now let's look at you. Let's see and question, what am I supposed to learn from here? Is this me learning, or is this an opportunity for someone else? And so sometimes we want to just get stuck in there and feel all of those emotions, and react and be triggered from other things that have happened in our lives that make us remind us of this situation. And maybe we could find out when we step back and observe, are we reacting to something that we didn't quite master or we were triggered from in the past? And sometimes we're so hurt from the past and other triggering experiences, we almost are going through life like this, like, oh gosh, I know it's going to get me because it got me last time. And in reality, the guides and your teams and whoever you want to call them will be guiding you to be able to confront these and face these. And they are our fears. What we are so creative with our worries and dramas that we are convinced are going to get us, that we pretty much guarantee before even trying, we already know the outcome. And life is so surprising, and we are learning constantly. We do not know always the outcomes. We assume that our friends that were very sleepy and refusing to listen to us when we knew the truth about the higher perspective of what is happening to humanity and why, we sometimes can forget that they have grown just as fast as us. And so while we with love try to awaken them with horrendous crimes against humanity to be able to awake them, they were not ready for it. And they needed to have their own personal experiences to be able to get to that point, to be able to see all of the different agendas for humanity. And it often won't really, they won't be able to process it until it impacts them. And look what's happening now around the world that is impacting them. Most adults that I'm aware of who are starting to deeply question situations now trusted the narrative and did what they needed to do to be a compliant adult. Now the new situations come out where it's starting to now have to be taken and applied to our children. It's different, isn't it? People feel responsible for themselves and they trust. And they sort of just think, oh, wow, it's all fine. Now, all of these adults have had various experiences, whatever that may be, for their lessons and experiences. And so many people were quite surprised that they were having reactions to certain things. Of course, you know what I'm talking about, but I will not be censored in these videos. And so YouTube will not be taking down any of my videos. Please protect us. And so they've had those personal experiences, and now they are seeing inconsistencies with the narrative. And now they're having to stop and question, is this going to be fine for my children? And of course, there are people that still have great trust and faith in the systems, and that gives them joy and hope. And so it is not for us to destroy joy and hope. We have to love all life contracts. And remember, we can't see and know fully what each individual life contracts are. So if we still run to our friends who are rejecting us and being so overreactionary to our own slow or big awakening, they could still be there. And that is fine. That is not a reflection on you. Someone's life contract is not a personal attack on you. And many people take it as if we have to save everyone and we must be able to assume everyone needs to awaken. That is not the case at all. And I know that when we come from that perspective, it comes from a beautiful place to try and help people. And as we know, great intentions don't always impact the way that we were hoping. But you know that when it comes from a place of love, people will be able to understand and forgive us for our passion. And what I'm trying to get at today is that we have to just double check to see how our friends, the people that we really care about, how are they doing now? Have they had a life contract change and now they need to be awoken? So having a conversation with love about not hot topics, but just life in general will give you a great indicator. And I know that sometimes we haven't gotten over the hurt or the rejection or whatever there. I know many people struggle with, they know me, they should trust me. Why couldn't they trust me with this? And ultimately, they couldn't trust you with that information because it would change everything in their world. Information is so powerful and so profound. And this is why we've been censored a lot, because of the truth. The power of the truth is profound. But we remember, when we're trying to see it from a bigger perspective, we all know that many people who are in our lives and who have been in our lives were all life contracts for different experiences and lessons. And I remember when Dolores was discovering in her books as well, those people who do the most harm to us, the most lessons for us, actually are the souls we trust the most to be able to be giving us those experiences. So when we are out of our bodies and we were reflecting back in our lifetimes, it's almost hysterically funny for us to see, oh my gosh, that was my great friend here in this afterlife world. And yet look at us play these things. God, he was good. God, she was good. She really got me. And I really overreacted to all of that stuff and beauty to feel those lessons and experiences. So when we want to still feel so hurt and so victimized and all of those true, genuine feelings, just question, what was the lessons there? And, think of behind the physical, what soul was there, and do I recognize it? Because often when we see these people originally, there is that instant magnet connection where it's like, this is something significant. I have a pulling and a calling to you. And so try to remember the start of the relationship and what those feelings were, because your instincts and your intuition is so on point. However, I do have to say this. Many people who are living in fear and doubt and have got a huge baggage of inner work, their intuition comes from that. comes from that, comes from all of their baggage. And so they're looking through the world with all of their baggage, all of their insecurities, all their fears, and they're basing their intuition on that. And so what I have discovered through many sessions is many influencers looking through the world, and many truthers looking through the world with all of their insecurities, all of their baggage, and all of their inner work that they haven't compartmentalized. Well, can't say that, but yeah, they put it in a box and they haven't processed it, and then they're speaking their truth from that position. And we are all meant to grow and be able to understand that everything in life has got purpose and is providing us lessons. We know that there are fun lessons, and then there are those lessons that could almost break us, and we survived by a miracle. Sometimes it feels like that. But those people who are sitting on all the baggage and telling the world from their perspective, that's the best that they can do. And sometimes we find them along the way when we can resonate with our level of our own baggage. Or your baggage and my baggage feel like the same density. Let's hang out for a while. But as you've noticed, and as many people have commented themselves, those people that they resonated with that massive amount of baggage, seeing the world and scare and fear and everything's going to eat you and get you, as we grow and mature, we start realizing, oh, that feels very 3D perspective. And I've got my little wisdom tool belt of metaphysics, and I understand that everything is a blessing and a gift and a purpose. And we design these experiences, and we choose, do we go into fear and worry, or do we try to see the lessons and experience it and explore it and advance from it? Anyway, purposeful. What else would I wanted to share with you today? I sort of feel like I sit here and I've got one statement that they keep telling me again and again and again. So I sit down and say it. And then now I'm sort of a bit like, oh, what have I been saying? Our intuition, the best gift that I got, apart from my daughter, was intuition. And so when I was a mother, I was starting to really sense into her needs. And that was such a surprise. No one was talking about the gift of intuition as a mother. And I'm sure there is intuition of fathers as well. So pardon me, I'm not excluding you. And so that really made me quite strong, and my bond with my daughter very strong. And that guided me to know that there was more senses than just what I could hear and see and taste and feel. And so this was a profound experience for me, and it made me want to really reread the world and refeel the world with this new perspective. And so I encourage everyone to have their own sessions, find an intern, keep finding all the interns, give them a try. Of course, the interns may be coming from different walks of industries, and so it truly is. You really need about 100 sessions under your belt, in all honesty, to be able to truly understand and respect the power of the subconscious. And often when people come from other industries, they want to try and do their healing on top of, being a practitioner for these sessions. That's from ego. Of course, it's coming from a loving place, but the subconscious knows everything. And so if you're finding that the practitioner is trying to take over and over advise and try to do other things on the side, that is not their role. Their role as a practitioner is to ask questions to the subconscious. That is it. It is not to advise you during the session. It is not to heal you with their Reiki or whatever skill sets they have. That is beautiful and that is kind. But remember, the subconscious is always there. And this is the power and the profound amazement of these sessions. The subconscious is a much more higher dimensional advanced being who is here to help the client. It knows exactly what is needed for the client. And so I'm working with a few practitioners who are wanting to truly master the experience of how to make these sessions the most impactful for their clients. And as Dolores Cannon said, it was easier to teach people off the street than it was to teach hypnotherapists, because they already have assumptions of how this is working. And this is why I don't really call it hypnotherapy, because it's something else. I'm just chatting to your subconscious, and it's a profound experience. And so I have sort of divorced from the hypnotherapy world in a regards, because I haven't hypnotized my clients at all. They're in a deep state of relaxation. So I know it's tomatoes, but I just wanted to say that for some reason. Anyway, I love you. See and feel into your intuition. See and feel into what being a loving, compassionate being looks like. You may not have to share your full truths to people, but being able to profoundly love them is a really powerful tool. We can respect where they're at. We can respect them on their journeys. And if they are starting to ask us for our own opinions, of course, we can add that in then. But right now, people need to be felt and heard and seen and supported with love. And they're starting to wake up. And when it impacts their children, they're going to get angry. They're going to get really angry and shocked. And so, as we know from our own awakenings, it's a roller coaster of emotions. And so when you are finding your friends are starting to wake up and reach out to you, or you're reaching out to them because you know they're going through something, you can say in your mind, I freaking told you so. But right now, we have to come from a non-judgmental place of just love, 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 love. It's a journey. We may not always master it, but we have to try, and we can't block ourselves and be worried about how their reactions are if we message them and reach out to them, send them a little picture of something beautiful and uplifting, and just let them know you are here and you care. Everyone needs to feel like they have friends, and especially those old friends that we have known and supported for a long time. And when we grew and had our different awakenings and expanded upon them, we did lose a lot of our friends like that. So just check if there is anyone that's in your history that needs and is calling for you. Your subconscious is going to tap you on the shoulder and keep reminding you of those people that you need to reach out to. So I love you so much. And thank you so much for your kind support. You really helped me get over my own fears. And I want to be the best of service I can be. I'm never going to be perfect. And I can't even apologize for that. I'm just me. And so I love you. Enjoy your fun. Find your joy. Enjoy. You deserve it. Life is good.